use mobile to extend our outreach in Papua New Guinea. We have some nearly 500,000 customers banking at MiBank, of which about 120,000 of them use mobile wallets. And so what was the need that we identified here? You know, when you use a debit card or a credit card in an ATM or POS terminal, you use a PIN to authorise it. So you're either doing an individual transaction where you're the only authoriser, or perhaps you have a joint account and your partner authorises a transaction because it's either to sign. Well, we have that with mobile wallets too. So if you go to an agent in a rural area and do a cash in or cash out transaction, it's usually an individual transaction. But what if you're in a women's group and there are a number of women's signatories? What if you're in a landowner association? What if you're in a small, medium enterprise in the back of Enga province and you haven't got a PC, you've got a basic mobile phone? How do you authorise a transaction when there's a group of people that have access to that account? So essentially, that was the problem that we needed to sort out. That was the problem we identified. So we, in-house, built some functionality around using SMS and USSD protocols to enable various authorised signatures to authorise transactions on these on accounts. We only launched the product this year. Beforehand, we only had individual mobile wallets. We now have 548 landowner groups, women's groups, SMEs that are using this functionality on the mobile wallet. And interestingly, as of last Friday, those accounts alone account for 2.8 million kina in savings. So it has made a difference to our business, but moreover, and I'm hoping and wishing it's making a big difference to our customers' business as well. So what is the process? The process is very simple. The account signatories, which can be 2 or more, are registered at the back end in our MiBank system. So they're registered on our core banking application. And that's easily done too. That can be done over the mobile wallet. So we have this functionality whereby we can list the signatories on the account on the mobile wallet. So all the signatories are enrolled into the MiBank system. And when the authorised signatory enters the menu for the mobile wallet, they can have a look at which accounts they're signatories to. So you may be a signatory to your own individual account, or you may be an either to sign on a joint account, but you're also an authorised signatory on a what we call a corporate account, or a group account, a clan account, and so forth. So what happens is that one of the signatories wants to initiate a transaction. So that signatory goes in and says that I want to do 100 kina withdrawal at WeWack branch, but my cousin brother's down in Port Moresby and my cousin sisters over in Kokopo. How am I going to bring all these people together to authorise this transaction to get the 100 kina out? Well, they don't all have to turn up at the branch. They don't all have to turn up at the agent. What happens is that the customer goes into the menu, identifies the transaction they want to do. The system systemically contacts the other authorised signatories by SMS, and those authorised signatories enter into the mobile wallet, and they authorise the transaction. And then once those authorisations are occurred, the person that initiated the transaction receives an SMS saying that everyone's authorised the transaction and to please go ahead with it. So if they're doing a withdrawal at an agent, for example, we have 250 agents around Papua New Guinea, and they're normally in trade stores, tucker boxes and the like. Goes to that agent, transaction's authorised, the agent sees it, and the person collects the 100 kina. So it's really pretty much a three-step process. One of the signatories of the account initiates the transaction, the other signatories of the account authorise the transaction, and then the transaction is completed. So obviously the benefits are pretty simple to see. It's convenient, there's easy access, and there's security and what have I said there? I haven't got my glasses with me, but that's all right. Traceability, I'm a bit of a lapoon nowadays, so never mind. But as you can see, it's quite a flexible functionality on the mobile app, and it has a number of benefits. Interestingly, we've got a testimonial, which is just a very quick video here. We've got some gentlemen from Real Pacific that piloted the app with us. They're an SME that's involved in the vanilla agricultural value chain. And some people here would probably know of Douglas and his brother Daniel. Douglas was with the PNG in Canberra, and Daniel is a PX pilot. And they had one of their signatories, their agent, was up in WeWack and needed to get money out. So how did that occur? So what happened was that Daniel in Singapore, because he flew the Airbus over there, he was in Singapore, he initiated the transaction. Douglas, who was in Canberra, who's an officer down there, he receives a message, you need to authorise this transaction. He authorised the transaction. It went back to Daniel in Singapore, and he said, great. And the agent in WeWack picked up the funds and turned around and bought some vanilla. Simple as that. So if you don't mind, we'll play the video now.
My brother Danny and I are co-founders of our company called Real Pacific, and with our partners, we are attempting to digitize the farmer supply chain and help our farmers and fishermen in PNG. Our first transaction, there was a request from one of our partners in WeWack. Danny, who has the company formed, was transiting through Singapore, and at that time I was based in Canberra. So when we got the request, Danny initiated the transaction whilst in Singapore. I got the alert in Canberra on my phone, so I go into my MiBank app. There's two accounts. There's my personal MiBank account, and then there's the company account. So I go to the company account and I see that I need to confirm or authorize the transaction. And so I do that, and he gets the alert in Singapore that I've authorized it, and then he completes the transaction, and our partner in WeWack receives the funds almost immediately. When we first joined, the MiBank app itself was explained to us fully by the MiBank staff, and for our very first transaction, it went smoothly because the user interface is very friendly and it's easy to follow. What the MiBank app has given us is flexibility and control. So it doesn't matter where we are, anywhere around the world, we're able to carry on and go about our business, and we still have full control of all transactions, and we can track them, and we're also able to see our statements whenever we want to. To be honest, it was the easiest thing that we both did that day.